Cities lie in ruins. Nature gradually consumes the remnants of civilization. In one such abandoned city lives Martin Cage, a former cyborg mercenary. He is trying to return to humanity by removing his cybernetic implants. His home is a dilapidated building with minimal amenities. Cage spends his days using primitive tools to remove mechanical parts of his body. The process is painful and dangerous, but he perseveres, dreaming of becoming fully human again. One day his peace is disturbed by a group of armed men. They are marauders who scour the ruins in search of useful resources. Cage faces them in a brutal fight. Because he is partially deprived of his cybernetic abilities, the fight becomes a real test for him. The marauders attack from different directions, using both cold and firearms. Cage is forced to use all his remaining skills to survive. During the battle, he realizes that his former abilities have been greatly diminished, and this jeopardizes not only his life, but also his ability to protect others. After the battle, Cage discovers that the marauders were sent by an organization known as the Glass Shadow. The name awakens in him disturbing memories of the past. The organization seeks to take over the remnants of humanity using advanced technology and cyborg powers. At the head of the Glass Shadow is a powerful and ruthless leader, Simon, who sees the future of the world only through the lens of technology. Amidst the chaos and destruction, Cage meets a young woman named Nita. She happens to be in the same neighborhood as him and becomes an unwitting witness to his battle with the marauders. Nita is an energetic and resourceful young woman who immediately commands Cage's respect with her survival skills. She tells him about the plans of the Glass Shadow, which she managed to find out thanks to her position in the resistance group. Her information turns out to be extremely important. She knows about the existence of a secret weapon that the organization plans to activate. Nita and Cage decide to join forces. They embark on a journey through the wastelands, encountering numerous dangers. Their path lies through ghost towns, overgrown jungles, and radioactive zones. Every step requires extreme caution as there are plenty of predators, both animal and human, around. They encounter marauders who loot everyone in their path, and mutant victims of the disaster whose bodies have changed beyond recognition. Some of them are aggressive and pose a serious threat. Others are just trying to survive in this harsh world. In one episode of their journey, they find themselves in an abandoned underground subway station. Here they encounter a group of mutants who use the tunnel system as a maze for their victims. Cage and Nita manage to get out through ingenuity and quick action, but the experience further strengthens their mutual trust. During one of the transitions, Cage and Nita find a secret laboratory hidden in a mountain cave. The place was once used for experiments to create perfect cyborgs. Inside, they discover many documents, blueprints, and prototypes that reveal the advanced technology of the time. Especially their attention is attracted by improved components that can significantly enhance the physical and combat capabilities of Cage. The hero faces a difficult choice to use these technologies or abandon them, following his desire to return to humanity. After much deliberation and observation of how the Glass Shadow works, Cage realizes that without these enhancements, he will not be able to resist the new generation of cyborgs. He makes the decision to install the new implants, realizing that this is a temporary measure necessary to protect humanity. The process of installing the new components proves to be painful and complicated. Cage must perform the surgery himself, using the lab's equipment. Nita helps him by acting as his assistant. As a result, he gains new abilities, increased strength, reaction speed, and additional defense systems. These changes allow him to feel like a complete fighter again, although the inner conflict between humanity and machine remains. Meanwhile, Glass Shadow continues to develop their technology to create cyborgs. Their main goal is to create an army capable of subjugating the remnants of humanity. To do this, they capture humans, forcibly transforming them into cyborgs. The transformation process includes not only physical changes, but also reprogramming of consciousness. Depriving people of free will. A new generation of cyborgs, developed personally by Simon, poses a special threat. These creatures have unique characteristics: adaptive artificial intelligence, capable of analyzing the enemy's actions and changing strategy in real time, increased strength of materials used for their construction, and built-in weapon systems, making them virtually invulnerable to conventional weapons. One such cyborg becomes Cage's primary antagonist. This antagonist is particularly brutal and calculating. He hunts Cage and Nita, methodically tracking them every step of the way. In one of the scenes their first meeting takes place, the cyborg suddenly appears from the shadows and attacks the heroes. The fight doesn't last long, as Cage hasn't fully regained his abilities yet, and they manage to escape only through cunning and quick thinking. After a series of dangerous adventures, Cage and Nita find a resistance hideout. It is a hidden compound located in the underground catacombs of the old city. Here, the survivors of the people who oppose the glass shadow gather. Among them are former scientists, military personnel, and ordinary citizens united by a common goal to preserve humanity. The leaders of the resistance talk about the organization's plans to create a giant weapons satellite. This project is codenamed Shadow. The satellite is equipped with the most powerful laser weapon, capable of destroying entire cities with a single strike. Its activation requires a special crystal, which is in the hands of one of the resistance leaders. This crystal is the key to controlling the satellite, and its loss could lead to disaster. The resistance group devises a plan to attack the Glass Shadow's main base, located in a former skyscraper. Cage leads an assault team consisting of the most trained fighters. Before the operation begins, training sessions are held where the participants practice coordination and battle strategy. Special attention is paid to how to resist the new generation of cyborgs. The attack on the Glass Shadow base begins with a sudden penetration through underground communications. Cage and his team use cloaking and signal suppression devices to avoid detection by security systems. However, the base's interior corridors are filled with cyborg patrols, making every movement dangerous. Numerous skirmishes occur during the assault. Cage demonstrates incredible agility and strength, utilizing new abilities gained from his enhanced implants. He uses his built-in weapons such as laser blades and rocket launchers to destroy his opponents. At the same time, he helps his comrades by covering them from attacks and developing new tactics depending on the situation. Nita and the rest of the resistance members work on disabling the base's security systems. They manage to sneak into the server room where data about Project Shadow is stored. Here they find secret documents revealing the true intentions of the Glass Shadow to completely destroy humanity and create a new world populated only by cyborgs. These documents become key evidence to mobilize other resistance groups. However, their successes attract Simon's attention. He activates enhanced defense systems, including automatic turrets and poison gas capsules. The heroes must quickly adapt to the new threats, utilizing all available resources. In one scene, Nita uses her computer skills to hack into the control system of the turrets and direct them against the cyborgs. The long-awaited meeting between Cage and Simon takes place. Their battle begins in the base's central hall, where the main control panel for the Shadow satellite is set up. Simon demonstrates his superiority using advanced technology and incredible strength. He attacks Cage with a series of powerful blows, each of which could kill an ordinary man. Cage manages to survive thanks to his enhanced implants. He uses various tactics to throw Simon off balance. The fight moves to different levels of the base, destroying the surrounding infrastructure. The heroes fight among the rubble of walls, on staircases, and even on the roof of a building. At one point, Cage manages to damage one of Simon's systems, which temporarily reduces his combat capabilities. However, Simon activates the base's self-destruct mode, realizing that his defeat is inevitable. The heroes now have a limited amount of time to find and destroy the control crystal before the entire base explodes. Cage and Nita split up. She continues her search for the crystal while he covers for her, fighting the remaining cyborgs. Nita finds the crystal and activates its destruction mechanism. However, the self-destruct system has already been triggered, and the base begins to collapse. Cage helps the other resistance members escape through the emergency exit, sacrificing his cybernetic components to delay the chase. He shuts down his systems one by one, becoming more vulnerable but giving the others a chance to escape. Cage watches the sun rise over the ruins of the city. He is now fully human, stripped of all mechanical parts. Despite defeating the Glass Shadow, he realizes that the world is still full of danger. However, he is now ready to face new challenges. relying only on his human qualities.